Hey guys, I got Huck here, a 3.5-month-old horse colt, and today is day one on the halter. So I'm just working on the approach, building confidence. This is the first time I've ever approached him with the halter. So I'm just staying true to my patterns of backing away for each progressive step that I make. It's the first time over his nose, so I'll walk away. And while I'm getting a halter on him, uh, the focus of today's video is going to be why I use the head down and back up for my first lesson on the halter. Because some people put a bum rope on them, and some people just tie them up. Some people try to pull them left and right, and you know and break their hips. And I've tried all of those things, but I find if I do these liberty steps right, I've got enough confidence built in him so that he wants to stay with me anyway, like he's motivated to stay with me. So when he has that panic moment that he is going to have, it's inevitable. Every horse that feels that halter shank control for the first time, they try to blow through it. And when they feel that restraint pressure come on, they try to hit it hard and break free. And that's one of the most crucial moments of training, I find. So if I can set myself up for success, I have found that I can make that transition for him to understand the restraint pull way easier. I truly believe it's one of the most important lessons we can do in his early stages of training. And you guys have heard me talk about the three concepts that I focus on that's changed my life. And he has one of them. I'm working on the pecking order, and then teaching him to handle fear is what's making this approach so easy and getting that halter on him so easy. And then this third step that I'm going to address will be that restraint pull. So you can see he's walking away, but he hasn't felt the halter yet. It's on him, but he hasn't felt the pull yet. So I just go with him. And you see him kind of push his nose up into it, but there was no pressure there, so it didn't panic him. And that's why a loose rein, guys, is always better. A tight rein is going to cause you some grief. I mean, we'll talk about that on another video, but you'll see here when I first ask him, that's the first time I'm asking him for head down. And as soon as he feels that little bit of resistance, he's going up into it there. So that's his leaning into pressure, and then he's running away by going backwards, because backwards is the only option he has to run away, because I'm in front of him. And then he's going to try to go sideways, and that's what's going to make it easy for me to stop him with that restraint pull. So it was very little restraint pull. And then he's going to try it again right there, and I caught him. You can see how light my hand is, and he still gets some releases. And there's another one a little bit harder, and then harder. You can see me brace, and then I'm ready for him. But that's the key to all pressure, guys, is if you can give that horse a perception that you have way more pressure than you actually have, he quits challenging your pressure. And I do that by starting with really low pressure and then building it up slowly, so that I'm trying not to ever run out of pressure. I always want him to believe that there's more pressure. I never reach a peak of my pressure, and that alone has changed my life immensely, because the only thing a horse challenges is pressure, right? And that's what makes him challenge the pecking order. If you don't have enough pressure to make him move, you don't have enough pressure to establish the pecking order. So that's after going one round. Now he's kind of back at his sweet spot again. And that side of the arena is where I've been letting him have the rest at liberty too. So that's why he's kind of finding that same pattern over there. And he's getting his first releases here and the head down. So the whole lesson today is built around him putting his nose to the ground, and that's going to be the end of the lesson. Right, there we go. So I let go of him right there, so he got a pretty good release for that one, and he's thinking that over. And then I just slow down when I'm asking him. There's another one. There, he thought about going back left and right again. There, he's thinking about it. You can see him leaning to the left. Oh, going to try her a little harder. Now he's going to try this other way. You can see him looking to the left. So this, I get him a little bit harder right there. But really make sure I give him that slack. That's the main thing I'm focused on, is catching him with the pull, then giving him that slack back. Yeah, he's doing great. So, you know, that's really minor for what a horse will normally do. And the only way it's, I've never even seen it less pressure than that ever. Even if you imprint them babies and make them gentle as you want, which I'm not a fan of at all, but you know, it doesn't matter what method I've ever seen used. That fight right there that he's having, that violence is way stronger. And he's a good one. I mean, this one is really easy. That's why I wanted to show you, because it was easy to show you how good one could be. And some of them, you know, they'll try way harder than that, but it doesn't matter. If you can still win this battle on day one, you never have that battle again. And that is key. You know, setting yourself up so that you have success in the lesson, so it don't give you any setbacks. And so you can see the end of this lesson is going to be right when he puts his nose down, and I can get him all the way to the ground, and it's coming here. So you can see him. Watch the releases. See how I'm picking that halter shank up off his nose even? So I don't just release by stopping the pull. I further the release by picking that nose band up off his nose, like taking the weight of that halter shank and picking it up. That paired with really slow pressure makes this easy. You know, fast pressure, trying to force him, oof, that just makes a mess of things. So you can watch when he finally starts getting it. Really slow, quick releases. And then the end of the lesson today, when I quit for just head down, that's all he's going to think about through the night. And so that lesson is going to be way easier tomorrow. And don't underestimate, guys, the power of that head down. You know, see, that was the biggest release I've given him right there. And then I'll just come and ask for it again, very soft. And right here is a really good opportunity for me to teach him that the backup is a motivation. Watch the angle change. So I slowly go back for the backup, and then he yielded. So I just threatened to back him up if he don't put his head down. And that's the first time he really understood that. And that's what I want to present to him. I'm going to ask you for the head down, but make you back up for the motivation. And that's going to be key moving forward with everything I teach him. Every lesson I ask him to do, there's always a tougher lesson that I can do that's more work, that's going to motivate him to make the right decision, so I only have to teach him once. But yeah, so anyway, guys, we're coming up on the end of the lesson here, so hope that helped, and hope that all made sense. You guys take care. We'll see you on the next one. Stay blessed by the best. Keep capitalizing on that release. But after backing around that pin for 2 or 3 circles, and then standing still and only having to giving his head, he only has to give me his head down, and I take that halter off and call it a day right here, that is a powerful lesson. And I never realized early on how powerful that was. You know, I was always told you want to quit on a good note. Well, it don't get any better than that note right there, because that's all he thinks about through the night. So when I put the halter on him, it's easy to put the halter on him because he don't have any resentment from the halter. And the reason he don't have any resentment from the halter is because I made the lesson so pure, won every battle real easy without causing a big mess, and having an end game when he put his nose down. So I've had them, as soon as I put the halter on, then he just starts putting his head down right away to get that release. So hope that helped, guys. See you on the next one.